Greetings dear teachers! In this video, we will try and understand how to execute PPL number 3 in our grade 7 classrooms. Let's quickly start with the title. The title is where you will find the PBL number and the chapter of grade 7 that it has been mapped to. Next, you will also see how the goals of this PBL have been mapped from concepts that are covered in this particular PBL to the learning outcomes in our DSCRT document and the learning objectives that will be achieved through this PBL. First, on the concepts covered, we will be dealing with articles a, and the. The learning outcomes are picked from the DSCRT document and mapped to the monthly requirements along with their chapters. The learning objectives that we would like for learners to achieve at the end of this module is to be able to identify articles a, the, and an, match nouns with the right articles, and understand the use of the articles. Let's start with a curiosity sparker. In order to spark the curiosity of our young learners, a thinking activity is given, where the learners are asked a simple question. What would you do if there are no articles? What would you speak if you had no articles? Would it make sense? The learners are here then bound to think if sentences would make meaning if they had no articles. For example, the little boy here says, I saw cat on roof eating sandwich. But which cat? Whose sandwich? Everything seems to be a mystery without articles in it. This is what we want the learners to realize at the end of this question, and this is the learning that they will understand at the end of this module. Next, the character who will be interacting with the learners throughout the document is introduced. In this case, it's Balu the monkey. Balu the monkey comes into the picture while asking the children or the learners to do certain things and instructs them. As in, here, he asks them to see why articles are used. Once this question is asked, he takes them on a journey of understanding articles. The first activity is to circle the noun. There are certain consonants and vowels given. The learners are asked to pick and circle the picture that starts with the consonant sounds and the vowel sounds that are mentioned. For example, B is a consonant that matches with the picture of a ball. The children can end up circling that, and thus the whole exercise can be completed. Next, the article or stick the article activity is introduced. Here, the children are asked to look around their classroom or their house while doing this activity and stick pictures that would need specific articles to be mentioned. Since objects in the room are mostly nouns, a and an might be used. But where will the be used is something that the learners will learn in the next reading comprehension passage. The is specifically used for certain instances. The learners are encouraged to read this reading comprehension passage and try and understand them. Once they do so from the poster that is here, they are asked a few questions. For example, which of the following sentences are using the article the correctly? Here is a simple test for the learners to be able to use the article in the right sentences and identify if the sentence has the right article. Next, we concretize the learning by putting the learners' understanding to the test by giving them freedom to express their own understanding. In this blank space, children and learners are encouraged to draw a room with different objects and then describe them to the class by showing the picture using articles in their sentences. They're also asked to describe about their sketch in writing below this blank space. Now comes the assessment part. The self-assessment questions are again 10 in number, each with 4 MCQ options. The learners have learned the usage of articles and their specific use throughout the module. That is being assessed here with objective answers. It's quite simple and easy for the learners to pull through. We encourage the learners to answer the self-assessment questions using systematic answering method of the OMR sheets. The OMR sheet answering will help the learners practice for upcoming competitive exams where this is the method of answering. All the very best, and we hope that the children and the learners in your classroom have a wonderful time executing this.